What up? What up? It's time for recess. Yo, so I saw this thing on Instagram. It was like one of those stupid posts that someone put up, but this is what it read. All right, so tell me what you think of this. Flirting is cheating. Linking up and hiding it from your partner is cheating. Messaging other MFers behind your back is also cheating. Once you start hiding, deleting, putting shit on do not disturb, it's still cheating. I don't have to be physical. I'm sorry, it doesn't have to be physical. Don't get it twisted, y'all. What do you think of that? Do you agree with that stuff?
Some of to a degree. I don't know. I think the whole like meeting up and like hiding that, even if it's not like you're not doing anything sketchy, it's just like you just don't want the other person to find out. Then that's messed up. I think that's pushing it. But I think
Agreed.
like the messaging can go either way. It can be harmless, but it also can't be. And then, but I don't agree with the I mean, the do not disturb deleting stuff. To be honest, I've deleted text conversations with people just because I know that like my ex would have like gotten mad just talking, just because like I was friends with them, and it wasn't like never had nothing to do with the my ex, but like she just didn't like them, and yeah, I know like you should not shouldn't like force or like start to have like those kind of relationships conversations with your stuff that you know that your significant other doesn't like specifically for that reason, but like
Yeah.
if they were already there before you started dating, then I don't think that's not your fault, like we're still gonna have friends, like.
No, I agree. I just think that unfortunately, if there comes to a point, and sorry to cut you off, but if it comes to a point where you have to hide it, like either and okay, so either number one, it's wrong on your end because you're hiding it for a reason that you think you should be hiding it. But if it's not the reason, right, and you think it's because you just don't want to get the other person upset, like you're saying, then it comes down to like, are you in the best type of relationship you should be in? You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Oh no. Yeah.
Because
Definitely.
that
Yeah.
person really shouldn't be getting mad at this if you're really like truly just friends with the person, whether it's from work, whether it's someone you've been friends with forever. Like that means there's more of an underlying issue with your relationship.
People got trust
But
issues. Yeah.
oh yeah, but that's a problem. Like
Yeah.
that shouldn't be getting in the way of like your future with that person. But with that being said, I don't think texting someone that you're friends with or dude the whole do not disturb thing like
I don't even get
what?
that. I don't
Dude,
even.
my phone is I put my phone on do not disturb at night because like that's when I'm going to bed. Like I like 10 o'clock hits, like it's on do not disturb. All right. Like I get like emails sometimes and stuff like that. Like I'm not trying to be woken up
Yeah.
until
What
four
is what
o'clock,
does
five
do
o'clock.
not disturb do? Because I turn my phone on airplane mode, which basically shuts it off, like pretty
Yeah,
much.
it's
What's do
essentially the
not
same
disturb?
thing. I'm pretty like essentially it's the same thing. You're not gonna get any like notifications. I think what it does allow though, like if someone calls you like repeatedly, like 3 or 4 times in a row, almost as if it was like an emergency, I think it'll ring.
Okay.
Rather than like if it's on airplane mode, you're never gonna get it.
Yeah.
And like I think on airplane mode, you're not gonna get anything delivered to your phone. All this stuff will get delivered to your phone. You're just not gonna get anything notifying, like no buzzing, no vibrate, no
So
sound,
you get
nothing.
the pop up.
Yeah, it'll pop up on your phone. But if
Okay.
it's on do not disturb, it'll stay black.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So if it's when it's on airplane mode, like I have to take it off airplane mode then to get everything. Then it all comes in
Right.
at once. Okay, that's fair.
Exactly.
But
And like I know like when you put it on airplane mode, like I'll when I if I text you it goes green.
mhm.
Like it'll get sent as a text message, I guess, but like you still haven't received it.
Yeah.
It's only being sent from my end as a text message because you don't have any like your iMessage isn't working.
Yeah. Ooh, what about this? Actually, all right. So we'll kind of continue. What do you think about if your girl snap messaging?
Say that again.
If your girl is snap messaging, like Snapchat,
If he's snap messaging who?
doesn't
Like another
matter.
guy?
And anybody, you don't know. You don't
When
always
I
know.
when I first when snap messaging first came out, I was a little iffy about the whole thing. I was a little like nervous. And again, this whole obviously this does come down to your relationship status in terms of like I don't know if you trust your girlfriend or not, but I think that I was a little sketched out just because like the messages disappear on their own. Like
Mm-hmm.
they could be saying you don't know what they're saying, so that's
Mm-hmm.
what bugged me a little bit. But at the same time, it was like, you know what? It's the same thing as a Snapchat. Like it's or the picture. Like they could be putting a message on that too. So it's like you can't get worked up about the messaging if you're not going to get worked up as the actual pictures. So all in one, Snapchat in general, in my mind, is a relationship breaker. Like big time. Like
I
it's
agree.
either like because I just think that if like aside from other like obviously like real dating apps, like the purpose for is it for dating apps? Like I think Snapchat is almost like the next dating app or like the first dating app before dating apps really were a thing.
True.
Because that's what really led into like I think it's so easy for someone to say something risky because it disappears rather than it was a text message.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But no, so to kind of answer your question, I at first was like not happy about it, but I mean, if they're snap messaging other guys, like as like my girlfriend was Snapchatting other guys, like nah, it
I
ain't
don't
gonna be
even I don't
happening.
even use Snapchat anymore, honestly.
Like in my mind, like you shouldn't be doing it
no,
because if I, I mean, if it's almost like that's almost as if like oh you're deleting text from that person too, in a sense because it's going away.
yeah,
So if you're messaging that person, you're clearly okay. What's the point? Why can't you just text them?
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just think that Snapchat is one of those sketchier kind of apps. I mean, now that I'm single, I use it to my advantage as best I can. But I just back in the day, I just didn't. I wasn't always fond of the whole, especially when the messaging came out. But I mean, in back to this whole like post that I just read though, like flirting with some. If my girl is being flirted with, like
Fine,
guys trying to hit on
happens.
her, like
Yeah,
yeah, like I mean, I can't get too mad at. I'm not gonna get
I
mad at
better, yo,
her. I might step in,
I better have a
but like
girl
if
that people want to flirt with, you know?
exactly that's my point. Like you definitely want that. I mean, it just goes to show. But like as soon as there's that like, so if it's my girl and you're trying to flirt with her, like all right, it is what it is. I might step in and just say all right, back off, dude. But like
there's
I'm not gonna get mad at my girlfriend.
and
But
there's
if
a
there's the second she tries to flirt back, or I can tell, or
yeah.
I think, or whatever, like that's when it becomes a problem.
Yeah, there was a great line in the third Transformers movie. It's like when Shia LaBeouf and his girlfriend are like leaving his like her office because after he meets her boss, who's this like super good looking guy, and he's all like jealous of him and stuff. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, are you jealous?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "I don't care." Like you, it's the he smiles at you and everything. And he goes, "It's the smiling back that gets me." And it's like,
Yep.
yeah, like that shit hurts.
It's true. Like it's 100% true. Like you just don't want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that will that'll work. That's what breaks the heart right there.
Yeah.
Because I mean you got to let a bad bitch be a bad bitch. So if you got a hot chick, like people are gonna want to talk to her. But
Nah, I
like you
agree.
said, there can't be that smile back. But like if you're hiding the fact that you're hanging out with someone
That's
or
just
like
that's a big red flag. That's like
in my mind
yeah.
like this whole thing though is the whole question is that this person that put this post up is labeling all this as cheating like so realistically in my mind like I don't think it's necessarily cheating
It's not
because
loyal.
cheating in my mind is you're doing something with that
Something.
other
Yeah,
person
it's
like
physical.
sexually
Yeah, yeah.
like that's what in my mind the term comes down to but all of these things I do agree are wrong
I think it's not loyal. Like it's
for
like trust. You're
yeah.
breaking trust and all that stuff. Yeah.
And at that point, if you're doing it, you don't really care for the person you're with that much. Because if you
Mm-hmm.
actually cared, you wouldn't be doing this stuff. You wouldn't be trying to jeopardize anything
Yeah,
at all.
exactly. Just break up with them at that point.
Exactly. Why bother putting yourself and them through it? End it, and then do what the hell you want.
Yeah.
Like you might as well. But let's see. I'm trying to see the other things that they put on here. Messaging behind the person's back, hanging out. I mean, let's segue into another question here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about all these like different things that they label as cheating, right? Let's talk about the actual act of cheating in my mind, where it would be like doing something sexual. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so in my mind, if anyone ever cheated on me, end of story, game over, done. There's no second chances. Relationship is never ever ever gonna continue. Are you someone that would give a second chance?
So, as as history shows, I actually did, just because it wasn't as severe as I guess you'd think, but now, no, because
So you've learned your lesson.
I just couldn't do it mentally. It's just like it's super
It
tough.
fucks with you too much.
Yeah,
It
it
was
really does.
always on your mind.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the reason why I would never allow it. Like I would always be like, all right, they did it once a cheater, always a cheater. Like I got to be worried if I'm ever not out with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? and or not even just being out without them, but like just the fact that like who knows what they're doing. Are they really at work, or that, you know what I mean? Like just that question of like what are they doing
What if
when I'm not
it's
with them?
so? What this is a little bit of the unicorn situation, but like, what if you're dating someone that's like not like famous, but or maybe like really wealthy or something, and it's just like there's a little bit different circumstances, and something happens, maybe not like to the
That
worst, like just like there's just that fuck, like I don't want to like I don't know, like
no,
just
because at that point you look like a little bitch.
true.
Excuse my language. I feel like if you are letting someone get away with it just because that you like their social status or the amount of money they might have, or just because you like the attention that you might be getting because you're with them, then you don't. Nah, you. I like I said, I can't say it any better than I think that you're just a little bitch.
True.
You know what I mean?
Also, and
Because
no,
that
sorry, no, I'm gonna ask the second part. So go ahead, you keep going.
no, I was just gonna say like in my mind, it's like if you're with that person and that person's so cool and they got good money, a good job, or like their social status is up there, like if you got them, you can get somebody else at that level. You know what I
True,
mean?
true,
So why waste your time on someone that did this to you? And obviously they don't consider the relationship at the same level that you do.
true. Now,
So don't keep putting yourself out there like that.
also, what if you think like this was the person you're gonna marry? Like this was like your freaking soulmate, like you like
Well,
all the eggs in the basket, there's everything that you're just like maybe it was just a mistake, give a mistake, like I don't know, like if she's like she checks all the
see,
boxes, she does everything, like
well, that just is a huge ass motherfucking box she just unchecked, which is trust.
yeah,
That's true in my mind. That's a huge motherfucking box that is now not checked anymore because trust is one of the top of the boxes on my list.
yeah,
Okay, and I mean the things that where it gets hairy. Okay, in my mind, like right now, like I'm single, like I'm I don't have anything, and no other like I don't have kids, I don't have a house like with a person. Like that's what I think. Like things get hairy when this happens, right? Like you
mm-hmm.
move in with someone, you're married to someone or engaged, right? You have a kid with someone. Like if that this whole cheating situation happens, like and you're in that stage, like you're living with someone, you have a kid, whatever. Like that's when things get really hairy because especially if you have a kid, like you don't
Mm-hmm.
want to break up, because of now you have this kid, you're gonna have to deal with divorced parents, and like that's when things get tricky. But in my mind, like, oh, that's so tough because I'm so stubborn in the sense where like if someone f's me over, like done,
No, yeah, I agree, yeah,
and it's just like I'm done with you. That's it. Go have a good life, but we'll never it'll never get to that same stage we were at. Like I
yeah,
might still be friendly with you, but it'll never be the same type of relationship we had. And that's what I'm saying. Like I'm the type of person where I would never give a second chance. But it just in my head, like I would never have to, I never had to deal with this situation just yet. But like once things get more serious with a person, like you're dating them for a longer period of time, you're moving in, you're having kids, whatever, that's when it gets hairy.
sure,
It's tougher.
yeah,
It's a more difficult decision to make.
no, that's fair.
Um, but no, I think that cheating in general, obviously, I am
Sucks.
one. I am 100% like I would never do it,
Who
and I
cheats?
never have.
Who cheats more,
I
guys
can
or
honestly
girls?
say I never have. What?
Who cheats more, guys or girls?
Ooh.
I think that's a whole
Um,
other topic, honestly.
it's a whole nother topic, but I'm going to answer it because I'm probably gonna get so much shit for it, but I think girls cheat more.
I think so too,
And
honestly.
I think we've had a conversation about this before, and it basically came down to like the reason the guys get such a bad rap is just because like girls are willing to expose the guys more,
Mm-hmm.
right? Where like if a guy gets cheated on by a girl, he doesn't want anyone to know about it
It's an
because then he
ego
looks like a
thing.
little bitch. Like, oh, this
Yeah,
girl cheated on me. Like he doesn't want to share his personal like failure in a sense that
yeah,
like he got cheated on.
and
So
even
like he's
yeah,
gonna keep it to himself. It's an ego thing.
and even with that, I just even just like relative population wise, sample size, I know way more girls that have cheated on boyfriends than guys have cheated on girlfriends. So facts don't lie.
Yeah,
Statistics
agreed. I mean,
statistics
maybe
don't lie.
it might get cracked down to though like our friend group
Yeah,
because in my mind I think we're friends with pretty decent dudes. But even outside my friend group, like or not just my friend group, but I mean like close friends, right? Like
yeah,
outside of my close friends, like some of the guys I know, like they haven't done it either. You know what I mean, cheating wise. But like, I know a good handful of girls that have.
Oh, I
And
get list
like
of them.
bad, like
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Like not just cheating like once or twice, but like just as if like they're single. Like they just
Yeah.
hook up with anything and everything at the bar. They're sleeping with other people. They're lying. They're doing this. They're doing that. And it's like, oh my God,
How are
do
you a
live with
person?
yourself?
How are
do
you a
fucking-
person?
How do you sleep at night?
Yeah.
You know,
It's crazy.
And I can't take that shit. So that's why I think like seeing it firsthand and like because I won't name names obviously, but it was someone that I was friends with. You know, this girl that was doing it to.
Oh really? Who? Wait,
like,
who? I don't know. I don't.
But anyway, and I'm just like, I was so upset because I was kind of friends with the guy too, and I'm like, how do I
Yeah.
like
Navigate
I tried
the
telling this person,
situation.
I'm just like, stop doing it, or at least tell him, you know.
Yeah.
Long story short, cheating's bad. Don't do it, and that's it.
All right. Recess is over, guys. Email us, write us in. If you guys have any other stories or topics you want us to talk about.
Yeah, you guys know the deal. We'll see you next time.